This lesson will use Apple's Keynote application to create some animated text with a transparent background that will then transfer into iMovie. So let's now create this from scratch. We will go to Keynote, New, and select a basic black background. Let's just remove the items that are there now. The key to all of this, and this is one of the most important factors, is to go to the inspector and look to Format, and you need to change your background to no fill. You should also change your master slide to no fill as well. So those are important issues. Let's close the master slide now. And there's our first slide. We'll go to the one that I previously created. It saves me having to retype all of that information in while you sit and watch. If we select all of these slides together, you'll see the yellow outline is going around all of those slides. And we're going to put a simple, elegant transition on there. So we'll come over to Animate and we will add an effect. Now, Iris is an easygoing effect. It simply transitions from one slide to the next. Now, that iris has been now put onto all of those slides. What we should do is perhaps look at the last one and give this one like a fade away or something slightly different. So we'll go to that one now and change that. Let's make it wipe, and it just wipes away. And if we select number 3 here and press preview, we can see how nice, smooth iris transition has come in. The next thing to do is to consider how long we want the total slideshow to continue. And if we change our duration, let's say change it to 2 minutes, and we'll change the start of the transition to happen automatically. And let's bring that down to 10 seconds between the slides. So that covers the creation of the slides. If you like, we could play the slideshow, and there it is. Next step, most important of all, is we need to export this out, and there's a trick here, so be careful. We need to send it to a movie, which is fairly logical. But the trick is that we need to send it with a transparent background. And if we look at resolution here, this is the one to select, and select custom. So this is not necessarily something that you'd immediately understand if you didn't know. And then once we've selected custom, you can change your aspect ratio if you want to. This is appropriate, it's 16:9 anyway. And we need to change it to Apple ProRes 4444 and make sure export with a transparent background is ticked. Let's give this a title. We'll just call it Test. And now we can go to our editing software and import it in. Now we're in iMovie, let's add that overlay that we've created in Keynote, and we'll put it above one of our clips, and we'll be able to see the transparency. We'll also be able to put it in the actual timeline so that it will then have a black background, or we can put other backgrounds behind it. So first of all, let's go to the Finder. We'll find the test, we'll pop it in, and there it is there. And if we go through it, we can see the text there. We can now put that on top of the clip in the timeline, and you'll see that it's simply overlaid. Now, should we want to move that around and to locate it in a different position on the screen, we can come to this selection here and select Picture in Picture. Then it will become a picture that you can move around. Don't worry about the size. By clicking on the blue corners, you can move it to any position that you want to. So that's the text showing on top of one of the clips in iMovie. Should we want to put a different background behind it, we can select, let's say, the gradient here. We'll pop that in here and then put this over the top of that. And you can see how now the text is much more readable behind the other. So you could use it either way. You can have it as its own image, or you can have it where it's over one of the other graphics.